So it was this window right here. This one right here. The night that I heard, and I'd been hearing it all week. I had been hearing, that's the window we're going to get through. How are we going to get in? Right? Because I would close my dog door, everything. I got shutters in all the windows except for these ones. But I got this metal screen on the outside, so it'll take you a minute to get in, right? Uh, but I didn't have it back then, right? So this window's open. It's a Sacramento summer. It's sweltering hot, right? I got no AC. I got these mini splits that are, but anyway. And so I'm like, is that right? That's the window they're going to come through, huh? So I creep out the door. I turn off the light. I go around, grab my machete, come back in from the other side of the room, and I creep up to the bed. There used to be a bed right here, right? So I'm sitting there. I got the machete. I'm ready, right? And at the time, I didn't have the metal screen, but I have these faux wood blinds, right? Then I had these plantation shutters, right? Real heavy duty, right? Then I had this thick curtain, right? And it looked kind of cool when the sun was coming through it and yada yada yada. And so 3 layers, right? But the window's wide open. Matter of fact, the window's not even wide open. I had a bar in it, so there's only this much space. So I'm thinking these geniuses think they're going to move the screen, reach their hand in, get through the 2-inch blinds, get through the shutter, reach in, and then what? Try to finagle with the bar in the window? And what am I going to do? Off with his hand, right? I'm ready to catch a felony. And so that's what's going through my mind. That's the way it's going to go down, right? So I'm sitting on the bed and I'm waiting. And it's quiet now. They think that I'm gone. I've made it apparent by turning off the light. I'm not in the room anymore, right? So then I'm sitting there. Cat jumps on the bed. I'm like, oh, you want to get in on this too? Hell yeah. So now there's me and the cat, right? I got my machete. Cat's sitting there, right? We're ready for blood. And then all of a sudden, this curtain goes like this, right? It moves like that. And I didn't think nothing of it. I thought, the wind blowing. I wasn't bothered by the curtain. Didn't bother me. The cat goes like this. So then I look, right? And there's this black mist swimming like this. I see it for like a second, maybe a second and a half before it disappeared. It doesn't dissipate. It just all of a sudden, and then it's invisible. And it went through the hallway into the other room. And so I'm like, you're not human. What the fuck? I dropped my machete because what am I going to do? Chop through the smoke? I'm all right. Now I'm intrigued, right? Like, oh, I'm not dealing with tweaker white trash burglars. I'm dealing with another realm, another entity. I don't know what I'm dealing with. So I go in there. I'm like, wait, you're not even going to introduce yourself? Like, I get right to the point. Like, how are you just going to come in my stuff and not even say hello, right? And nothing. I don't get nothing. But then for the next 6 months, and keep in mind, it's been like 2.5 years now. I get these whispers. I'll see these little, nothing thick and black like the jail story or like when I saw this particular night. And by the way, it looks just like the thing from Lost, but smaller. That thick black, smoky entity. It's like that, but a fraction of the size. And I get whispers, and I'll see a little something here, and I'll see a little something there. And sometimes it's out of the corner of my eye, shadow monster. Other times it's right in my face. Other times it's right there. Other times, depending on what I'm watching or what I'm doing, sometimes I will see silhouettes on the wall. And then I'll be like, whoa. And there'll be light behind me. And I'll try to go like this to try and make the silhouette that's 10 feet away on the wall. No, because there's something standing there that I can't see, but it blocks the light. So, while people are sitting there, you'll get, maybe there'll be some specklets, a little bit of fiberglass or some dog fur floating through the air, and it catches the light just right, and you'll get a glint. There's other times where that glint of light, that ain't dog fur. I'll see it moving. Almost like it's like a whole shoulder, or it'll be moving, And it's reminiscent of the Predator when it's invisible, where you can't see it, but it's there. You know it's there. I've been dealing with that for three years now, and everybody's trying to dismiss it. I've typed up reports. I'm not just making videos. I've gotten hold of the military. I've gotten hold of federal agencies. I've texted the attorney general, not just about other things that are a concern. Like I'm not a good guy and a bad guy. I'm like the gray man, if you will. But there's a certain amount of morals and ethics involved, even in the criminal world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a criminal, but according to them, I'm too much of a criminal to pass the background check. So, go fucking figure. But at the end of the day, and that's for anything. That's not for trying to be a ranger. I can't even pass the background at Taco Bell. So for all you motherfuckers out there, and everybody who thinks they know, you don't know shit, right? And that goes right back to the moral of the story, is that there's things here, whether it's ghosts or demons or angels or aliens or what, right? We don't even know, so don't act like you know. And there's people that know, and they got the whole playbook, and they'll sit here and they'll say, well, that's this and this and that and the other. They still only know what they know. Jim Carrey had this sliver, this little, it had like the galaxy kind of in like a pie chart, and then it said things that things that you don't know, and then things you don't know that you don't know, right? And while everybody that wants to delusional this or schizophrenia that, y'all are fucking retarded. By the way, psychiatry is not even a science; it's guesswork at best. And the fact that they still haven't addressed the difference between schizophrenics and psychics, there's a psychic realm. But I think this is bigger than that. I think this is bigger than just some asshole psychics trying to drive you crazy, to drive you into a $500 a month therapy session. So but what do I know?